Hello everyone, this is Satvik, and in this video we'll be discussing about Subfinder, which is a cool bug bounty tool, and as the name suggests, it tries to find out the subdomains of your target domain. So without getting any delay, let's dive into the video. Guys, first of all, really thank you for all your support. If you want to connect to me personally, you can check out my Twitter and the LinkedIn. The links are in the description below. And if you want to be part of my community where you can share your doubts or get updates regarding the content that I'm going to post, you can check out my Discord server. The link is in the description below. And guys, this is the Subfinder. So the Subfinder is one of the most famous tool as well. So and it is by by the team Project Discovery. So if you are into this bug bounty part, you would have known what Project Discovery is. They have some good tools. So this is also one of their masterpiece, I should call, and all the credit goes to them. So this tool, the reason why I'm recommending this tool is like this is a passive tool or passive recon based tool. So what happens is like whenever you start using some tools like NocPy or some tools like Sublister, what they do is like they directly do an active recon. So we get into the contact with the target. So what happens, what the issue here is like sometimes what happens is like most websites nowadays are having some firewall or some kind of detection techniques. So what they do is like they just block your IP. So what you need to do is like you need to start your proxy server or proxy chains, VPN or whatsoever it is, and you need to continue your attack. But what happens is like guys, this is not a recommended way because like it will definitely block your IPs like if you use this active recon phase. But if this Subfinder is really good tool, you can see it is you can see in the about here. So it is a passive framework. So it just tries to find out the subdomains of any website or the domain that you provided in some passive manner. And this is a cool tool, and installation is also simple. And also guys, the prerequisite for this thing is Go language. So I already covered how to install Go language on the Linux, so I would be covering this tool on Linux. So if you want, you can like I'm particularly choosing here Kali, but you can go ahead and choose any Ubuntu or whatsoever. It will work everywhere, but make sure you're having Go language installed. And also don't try to install Golang through the help of apt because it installs a old version. So make sure you are doing some manual way, which I mentioned. So Subfinder, let's go ahead. So before that, I'll show you how this tool works. Like I'll just show some example, guys. So let us assume, let's go to google.com. So we all know what Google dorking means. So let us assume that we want to do something for google.com, or let's go something for like rapid 7 because we all know how like almost everyone know Metasploit. So rapid7.com. So if I do simply quickly like a simple doc like site rapid7.com, you can see all the results are from rapid7. Okay, but what you can see here is like there is some domain subdomain like www.rapid7.com, docs.rapid.com, and like opendata.rapid7.com, something like that. See, this is what we have done here is passive recon, right? Like we haven't clicked on any of those websites, anything like that. And Google talking only, there is something like virus total. I'll show you this thing as well. So virus total is a good website. If you want, you can go ahead and you can use it. So if yeah, like this is not mainly for this, to be frank, like you can simply search here. So rapid7.com. Okay, so in the search, okay, so and then you can go to details. In the details you can find some information about this site. I think it is not here. I think I need to go to relations kind of thing, and in the relations you can see there are some subdomains. You can find some subdomains and some information about this thing. So like these are some kind of passive ways, okay, but this tool does all of this, to be frank. Okay, so like you don't need to do manually, and this works properly fine. Okay, you can see some like this is how it works. So like that's how the passive recon works like, but we can do practically, right? Like we can go manually and we can do it, right? So that's the reason we'll be using some tools like this. So installation is quite simple. So make sure you're having Go language and just copy paste this command that they provided here, and you can see it requires Go 1.17. So that's a constraint here. So just paste it and hit enter. So make sure if it asks for like some kind of errors, like something like permission based errors, just add sudo and you will be good to go. So it is installing some bunch of dependencies. So let's let it do it. And And like this guys, if you want, I'll be covering some good tools that everyone like should be adding them to their toolkit. And if you feel some tool which I should be covering on my channel, you can just mention it in the chat, or in the or in the comment section, so I'll just try to make a video on them. So you can see it's already done guys. So if I do an ls here, you might not find it anywhere here, but there is a directory called as go. So if you go to the cd go, and if I do a quick ls once again, you can see there is something called as bin. So if you go to cd bin, now if I do an ls, you can see there is Subfinder. So this is also an error most people face. So they just install it, but they don't know where it is located. So this is where it is. So in order to make this a command line tool, like if you want to run this Subfinder, what we need to do is like you need to come to this location slash root slash go slash bin, and you need to run this Subfinder. But let's add it to a directory. So user slash bin. So our almost all the tools like nano whatsoever, all the command line tools or predefined tools are available there. Or you can add this particular location to the path, but it's your choice guys. So here you might require sudo, because that is what like in order to move this to the different location. So it is definitely useful. So I moved it. So since I'm already root, I haven't mentioned sudo, but if you are not a if you are a normal user, just add sudo. So if I do if I come back cd, and if I do simply sub finder, you can see without even going to any location, I can simply run it. So hyphen help. So the options are quite simple guys. So mostly the option that I use is you have a wide range for output stuff, but you can add a rate limit, so maximum number of http requests, but by default for me it's fine. Okay, so time, a number of concurrent things like that you can add. Like if you increase the value of this hyphen t, it's like it increases the result speed and rate limit as well, so how much time you should go, something like that. And the most common thing that I generally use is this d thing. So you can even have a list. Okay, so if you have a single domain like rapid7.com, in my case you can simply provide hyphen d. But if you have multiple targets, hyphen d and capital L, like mention them in a list in a text file, and it will be good to go. So sources, if you want you can provide, but I generally prefer the thing like you can see here there is something like crtsh and github, but you can choose anything, but I leave this to default because it's fine. So you can use recursive sources. Like all is a slow option, so it goes through everything. So it's slow, but it gives more information. So rate limit, we already discussed about it. Now output, so you can use any of these output guys. Okay, so json, generally I prefer putting it into the json thing, so it will be easy for me to automate the stuff later. And something like that, you can see something like silent, something like this. Like there are some other part, you can just try it out. But just quickly, let me quickly run to this Subfinder against my favorite site of it favorite tools site, to be precise. So rapid7.com, and let me hit enter. Like that is how I generally run guys. So you can see there is some kind of disclaimer kind of thing. So yes, that's a good thing. So even this video is for educational purpose only. So you can see it is as quickly, it found like 1163 subdomains. Okay, so you can see we have a bunch of subdomains which are related to the rapid7, and you can see it is quick enough. So if I run it against some sublister or whatsoever, it takes more time. So it is my personal observation guys, but even you can observe it. So it took around like 11 seconds, and it fetched around like 1163 subdomains. So I think almost all these subdomains might not be the valid one, but these might what the site might be. But it is your choice guys. Like you can add multiple tools to your toolkit, like you can add knockpy or some other tool to fetch more subdomains possible. So it's your choice, and this is how you can do it. So you can simply add it. You can simply use some options to like put it in the output. So mostly I use this thing. So t, or you can do a t thing. uh, T is a kind of tool, or you can simply put something like this to something like name it, let's rapid 7.txt, something like this. So what happens is like all the output goes to that file. So you can have multiple options, guys, like how you can save it. Some people use t, some people use these options like greater than symbol or whatsoever. You can just do it. So if I do an ls here, you can see if I do a quick cat into this rapid7.txt, you can see all the subdomains here. So you can use any option, okay, to print it out, because like it is damn necessary to make note of all this stuff. Like you can't generally copy paste, right? So you can use some linux tricks in order to get all these results into some sort of file. So that is it, guys, about this Subfinder. So this is going to be some kind of small video. In the next video I'll be covering some more tools which are related to the bug bounty and which are more useful. So if you really like this video, make sure you like it and do share it with your friends who are really interested in this stuff. This is Satvik signing off, and I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.